All right. I wrote down a number. Did you write down a number?
Number 5.
72.
29.
And the random number is 12.
Let's go.
Jake, what pick would you like?
Ooh. I'll take the wraparound.
That's smart.
I'll take the wraparound.
BBD?
I'll take number 1 this time.
BBD gets 1. I think I kind of don't mind my position here.
Good.
I wouldn't have hated middle pick this time either, but
Okay, so it's hats.
Types of hats.
BBD, you get your first pick.
I will be taking the one hat we discussed pre-show, baseball hats.
Baseball hat.
I-
Nice.
For our demo,
A
it plays.
classic.
It's the hat I would wear if you said go put on a hat.
I wear one
The
almost
most
every
worn
day.
hat.
I would guess it's the most worn hat by our society,
Yeah.
Yeah.
certainly in our circles. Baseball hat.
It's a
For
good
sure.
1-1.
Yeah.
It's a good 1-1. 4 rounds of hats we're thinking?
Yeah, I had
4.
4 was
Okay.
my brain on it.
Okay. A lot of ways to go with this, Jim.
Yeah, just trying to think how other people will perceive the order here
Sure.
because I kind of know what I kind of want. And then I know what I don't want to get stolen.
Right.
And I don't know if this will. I'm trying to tap into your brain on your double up here. I'm gonna take cowboy hat
That was a good pick.
because I really wish I could pull one off, and I get so jealous when people can. Like Kevin Costner in the movie or the show, what the fuck is that? Montana, Wyoming, Yosemite.
Succession, but not Succession.
Yeah, the Western version of Succession.
Yeah.
I just was tweeting about it a lot, and I can't think of the name at all.
Wow. Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. I was going to say stuck on Yosemite. Like he wears a cowboy hat, and you're like, there's a scene where he's just like out and about in town wearing it, and I'm like, that's like just to live in a place where it's not a costume. Like
It's real.
Yeah, like if you see someone in the Bronx, you're like, that's a costume.
There was someone at the Braves game that was seriously wearing a Cowboys hat and like
Houston.
honest.
When you go to Astros
Yeah.
games, there's people in the stands that are just wearing them, and that's just their
It's just
hat.
natural. Yeah.
And yeah, so, and it's also like a fun costume. Like I have a cowboy hat
Right.
in the office. I just can't pull it off.
Right. No, I mean cowboy hat. Yeah, that wasn't making it back. I was eyeing it. It's it's one of the most powerful hats.
Like, look at this,
Yeah.
Costner. Like, if you
No.
if you really think on it, you'd be like, that's a silly hat to be wearing.
Right.
But for some reason, the silliness
Sam.
sneaks in.
It just works. It just works. Like it's the definition of sometimes societies over time figure it out, and the cowboy hat.
It's like pretty manly.
When a man wears it, not me.
Yeah, I can't. Not manly when I wear it either. Look like a little kid doing dress up.
Still might be.
I feel like there's such a more personal connection with cowboy hats too than like I have with this hat. Like it's like
Yes.
it's almost like don't touch another dude's motorcycle. Like don't touch. That's my
Yeah.
It's like a bigger injustice. If
It's like a
someone was
baseball glove,
someone to snag
basically.
it. Yeah. Like, don't put your hand in my glove.
Basically.
Yeah. So cowboy hat.
That's a great pick. As I was lining up the hat draft, because I mean, let's be honest, you do get off the main road pretty quickly with the hats. I feel like my team is going to end up like your alphabet team. It's going to be a lot of power play hats.
Okay. Selling tickets.
We're selling tickets, but it might not be, your everyday wear. So I think I'm going to take maybe the most well-known hat, iconic. I'm taking the Santa hat.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's a little bit like taking the letter X or one of those, but I mean, the Santa hat has such good energy behind it. You throw on a Santa hat. You feel like you have the power of the big man. You see anyone wearing a Santa hat, they're probably having a good day. If you're wearing a Santa hat and you're having a bad time, you kind of got to tap out. So, tough to wear every day. I'll be the first to admit that. I tried. But the Santa hat's all time.
BBD, I'm going to drop you some pictures of Jake wearing a Santa hat.
The wormy. It's the wormy pick. The JJR
yeah.
people know. You can set it up.
Oh, I'll drop you that one, too.
No. I use these pictures all the time.
Yeah.
No, I was going to send where he's in the Santa hat and wearing a Santa hat.
In the Santa suit.
No, we're at like some supermarket, and you're shirtless in a Santa hat.
In the stocking.
In a Santa stocking. In a stocking wearing a Santa hat.
Tough to be in the hat. I've tried that, too.
I thought it was a giant hat that you were in.
I've tried that, too.
Good pick. Was not on my board. Didn't think of it. Creative.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank you. Okay, and then where I think I'm going to go, back in my karaoke days, which still could be getting on track at some point as things start to reopen a little more, I'm going to do a little bit of a gender bender, and I'm going to take the women's Kentucky Derby hats.
A floppy hat?
Kentucky Derby floppy hat. It kind of... It's almost cowboy hat meets Santa hat vibes. Like, it's the energy of Santa hat. If you're wearing a giant floppy hat, you're feeling good. You're having a good time. With the power of the cowboy hat. Like, it goes with your outfit. It's yours. You can't just take someone's floppy hat. So, that's what I got at the wrap. The reach around.
Floppy hat. All right, my second pick, I'm taking hard hat. They save lives. They're very important. Tough.
Have a purpose.
Have a purpose, yeah. Like, some guy was like, if it wasn't for my hard hat, I probably would have died. Brick fell on him or something. So, resourceful.
Yeah.
You can put stickers on them, decorate them. You can make that hard hat yours.
Sure can.
And it'll protect you. So, hard hat.
Good pick. Floppy hat followed by the hard hat.
Yeah.
How about that? Roman. What are you thinking over there, BBD? How you doing?
I've thought of another iconic hat that fell to us here on the 6th overall pick. I'm surprised it lasted this long.
Okay.
Surprised, not shocked, but surprised. I'm gonna take the sombrero.
Ooh.
It's just another iconic hat. I have my utilitarian hat, so I can go to a more fun place now.
It would have been my next pick, BBD.
Yes,
And
I'm
I
very
debated
happy I went to it here.
taking it second, but I felt it's
the cousin of the cowboy hat.
They're cousins.
Yeah,
They're like the
there was
same. You go across the border, and now you're wearing sombreros.
They couldn't end up on the same team.
Yeah.
I was thinking the exact same
almost
thing.
natural
and
rivals.
And I think you made the right choice.
But
It's like Peyton and Eli.
Sombrero, fun hat. Real sombrero hats are like heavy.
Fun.
They almost live in a joke world more than a real world now, which is interesting.
I think
where,
that's
like,
an America thing.
Yeah, I think
right?
maybe
I think
an
they
American
still
thing.
get worn. Like,
But are they
Mexico and
all the
stuff.
time or just for events?
I would assume it's
interested
like
to know.
for certain gatherings. I don't know. If you know, let us know in the comments.
Sombrero
Engagement.
uses.
It's almost like floppy hat and cowboy hat meet.
Cowboy hat, yeah.
There's a bit of a meaning of the
Like-
mind.
What was a
there.
sombrero
Right?
used
That's
for?
like that's a floppy and a cowboy.
I mean, it was originally used to shield from the sun,
Yeah.
like a lot of hats, but just big, just damn big, iconic.
Yeah.
Iconic.
I mean, everyone knew what I was talking about. And now, there was another hat that I think I could have gone for I would wear this hat purpose, but I'm not going to go there. This pick really is kind of for me
Oh, okay.
because they make me laugh a lot when used the right way, mostly in media. The propeller hat.
Yeah, it's a great hat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was on my board.
They make me laugh pretty easily.
Wow.
Yeah, my grandpa wore a propeller hat. My mom's dad, who I never met, but supposedly a very funny man, wore one to her high school graduation. He was 5'2", and when they called her name, he stood up on his chair and started screaming for her in like one of those little propeller hats. And in my head, he was spinning it, and that's always been a fun story.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever worn one in real life, but
No, I haven't.
anytime it's been broken out on a TV
I was thinking
show,
about getting
sketch,
'em.
cartoon.
Those are funny. Yeah,
Man, is it funny.
Iconic.
yeah.
And again, an iconic hat.
Propeller hat. So you had similar boards, BBD. Like, so far, the three you chose were in consideration for me.
Huge.
Yeah. So I like that. All right. I'm up. I'm trying to remember. Because I have some that I like.
Where are you
some
going
that,
What are you thinking?
yeah. Turns out, dude, for being such a hat enthusiast, there's a lot I don't like.
Sure.
But I am going to take a top hat, like a Lincoln top hat,
Okay.
because those are wild.
So full extension?
Like a tall top hat, yeah.
Okay.
If you like Google top hat, you know.
Okay. Yeah,
Like-
I was interested because it was around my board. I was interested if the magician connotations were gonna drift in on that one, but a top hat, it's a power play.
Yeah, the magicians are bringing us down for sure.
Yeah.
But you know, even like Dumb and Dumber when they wear those suits and then they have the top hat.
Yeah.
It's such a funny accent to like dressing up nice. Like the magicians are actually using them correctly. They should be a joke.
Right.
But for a long time in society, the top hat wasn't a joke.
Yeah.
It was formal wear,
Yes.
which is hilarious
yes.
because it has no purpose.
No.
It doesn't protect you from the sun. The brim is tiny. Someone saw a sombrero and they're like, what if we did the opposite?
Stylish, yeah.
What if we made that part big and the other part small?
Top hat outfits.
And yeah, the fact that was like made to accentuate class
Yeah.
is hilarious to me because it's not.
The bigger the hat, the closer to God, they say.
Oh, is that it?
No.
Awesome story about Lincoln, where he got assassination attempt and they hit him in the top hat and there was a bullet through his hat
That's
when he
good.
was walking around.
That's good.
It's got to be a cartoon or a movie where the guy takes off the top hat and then his head is just that size.
Ooh, cone heads?
Yeah.
Feels like they had
They had to do that gag in the
Coneheads
Conehead,
had
right?
to.
If they didn't do that gag in the Conehead movies or skits at any time, that's sad.
Conehead top hat.
Yeah, anything come up?
Let's see. I mean, just actual cone heads, which might have been on BBD's board, so I don't want to give it away.
Like they're wearing a top hat, they take it off, they reveal they are a Conehead as well, almost like they're hiding. Look at that, that's so stupid.
That's a silly hat.
Wait, is this it? Looks like this is it.
Okay, we might have a Conehead scene with a top hat. Guy you recognize from so many movies, but you don't know his name. Yeah, he's dressed as Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
France. We come from France. But we are American citizens. You know.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
He wore a top hat. All right, great.
Went full Abe
Glad
Lincoln.
we figured that out.
Full Abe.
Jake, you get to round out your board here?
Yeah, Yeah, see, again, I think my team, I've got a couple hats I like on my board. Man, I've got to really trust myself on this one. So I think there's one hat that I just can't shake. And when someone wears it the right way, I mean, your heart starts fluttering. Like when I'm thinking about you and I've had a little too much Roman, I picture you in your captain's hat. So I'm taking the captain's hat. Captain and Tennille, iconic. When you see someone in that hat, they have all of the power. There's nothing you can do.
Hat.
There's nothing you can do. It's just ownership. It's power. I mean, if you're wearing it in water, you're the boss. If you're wearing it on land, you're the man. That's kind of the combination. So I will take the gentleman's captain's hat.
I had a long captain's hat kick.
It looked good on you.
At one point. There's a lot. It was like one weekend, I think. I believe Proch has a whole Instagram, like 4 images, because when we were going to the Newport Folk Festival, when I wore it every day, you take the ferry there. And I believe every time we were on the ferry, he took a picture of me in the captain's hat. Oh, BBD. This is a great picture of me that I think you might share.
You looked great in the captain's hat.
I did wear the captain's hat a lot. I'm just now realizing.
We kind of need a lane for you to wear it. Because it's a tough everyday hat.
Yeah.
It's a tough everyday hat, but when it's right.
I don't know the best way to share this with you. I guess I should look it up on my phone and then just slack you the link.
You should get a baby captain's hat and take a captain's hat pic with the baby.
Might be good.
Yeah.
What's
well, it gives you an excuse to wear it.
What's Proch's? I don't think I have my captain's hat anymore.
Okay.
What's Nick Proch's Instagram? I'm on some Russian person's Instagram now.
Nick_Proch.
Underscore, huh?
The underscore on the gram always.
I went looking for one picture that I knew he had posted of me in my captain's hat, and I found multiple pictures that Proch had posted of me in my captain's hat. So it did live a good life.
It lived a good life.
Captain's hats are awesome. I never felt like I deserved to wear it. That was the big downfall.
Sure.
You know? But I did spend like 4 days at a festival, and then I made that shirt, which was pretty fun.
Double captain's hat.
Yeah.
Rarely seen.
I wore that shirt to the beach once, and a guy was like, "Where'd you get that? I want that." I was like,
"Hey, man, why don't you back off?"
Yeah, you know? I was like, I made it.
This is me.
He's like, "You made a shirt of your own face?" I'm like, "What do you think? I bought this at a store, man?" Like they were just had racks of them.
Yeah.
Good pick.
You think I just saw this? Thought it looked so much like me?
Yeah.
I'll get this. My last pick, I mean, I'm still between a couple tough ones on here. There's one that I wouldn't say would be illegal, but it's a little too close to something else on the board, which really brings me down to 2. And these are both such individual players. I am going to go with the witch's hat.
Witch's hat, Santa hat. You know, same thing, different goblin.
It's your letters. That's why I said.
Makeup.
That's why I thought my draft was going to come out like your letters team. I mean, it's a lot of star power.
Floppy hat almost doesn't fit.
It's the floppy Kentucky Derby hat. I think that should be specified.
I wrote
Kentucky Derby
in
hats.
my notes Kentucky Derby floppy hat.
Yeah, I think that is pretty key to the definition.
Yeah, there I am.
I mean,
See, I wasn't the captain of that boat. I was just a passenger.
Were you is the question.
But some people might have thought.
If you stood up and spoke powerfully, you were. That's kind of the thing.
Yeah. I had a horrible acne on my forehead. It's part of the reason I wore it all week, because it covered it up.
Some of the beauty of hats. So, yeah, the witch's hat, we'll see how the rest of the board plays out. But, yeah, you see someone wearing that, and they have superpowers.
I look like a captain. It's crazy
how
much I look like a captain.
That's your boat. It always was.
I mean, with that jacket, that was actually the thing. I went to that Target for rain weather clothes.
Rain weather clothes.
It's a very popular store. Marine layer, marine. It's a
The store?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a chain store like Dick's Sporting Good, but for like marine store.
Nautical.
Yeah, it's like a nautical. But I bought the jacket, and then the captain's hat was there, and I was like, well, because it was going to be raining. Anyway. Witch's hat's wild.
Gives you powers. Kind of like the sailor's hat.
Marine store. West Marine. That's what it's called.
West Marine ad. What's your final pick, Jimbo?
My final pick is very close to the propeller hat. So I'm glad you didn't do it. It's the umbrella hat. One of the funnier hats in history of hats. I was Googling just umbrella hat last night, and I have like some screenshots. There's a picture. This dude.
Happy.
I just couldn't have laughed more when I initially saw this dude.
Happy.
That dude modeling that picture. It's functional, just like the hard hat and the cowboy hat. It serves a purpose. You can be hands-free in the rain.
Yeah.
Wearing the umbrella hat. It's a wild invention. The fact that someone said, "Why don't we just
let's cut out the
I'm sick of
middleman."
holding this umbrella."
Yeah.
Imagine if it wasn't like stigmatized and this was regarded as normal in society. There was a funny tweet of all the football analysts standing on the field. I don't think it was Shannon Sharp. One of them wasn't holding their own umbrella. They had a PA hold it. The other three were holding their own umbrella. Like, what if in a society the umbrella hat was adapted as normal?
Functional.
And that's how, like, sideline reporters in the rain, instead of, like, Aaron Andrews holding an umbrella reporting, just was wearing an umbrella hat, and no one
Make them a
second-guessed
little
it.
bigger. Has anyone ever worn a black umbrella hat?
I just
Like,
don't
wear
think,
a
like,
hat?
they got
Society-
a fair shake.
Society made the turn, man.
I don't think they
never
got a
gave
fair
them
shake.
their
They went the
chance.
way of rollerblading, where people just bagged on it too quickly.
Definition of the narrative took over. So yeah, because I bet the inventor of the umbrella hat was being super real.
I mean, this guy is turning his umbrella hat
no.
into a witch's hat.
Yeah.
That dude,
I actually don't want him linked to my witch's hat.
he has so many thoughts that suck.
Yeah.
And like so many opinions that are just awful. Yeah, umbrella hats are hilarious.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
I thought I'd be able to get in the fourth round. I thought about getting in the first or second just to lock it up. BBD
didn't want
scared me
someone
that he
ended
went
up with
propeller hat because it, like, he went the gag hat route. Come on, that guy's gonna scare all our audience.
Yeah, get that off. We have happy people in here.
I think it's worse if I get him on and off quick.
That guy is Todd from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah. And wants to be.
Yes.
Very much wants to be.
All right, BBD, your last.
Final pick.
I'm gonna wrap up today's draft. There is one miss we collectively had that I'm not gonna take, and the comments on the Instagram, they're gonna be all upset we didn't take it. But I'm gonna take the thinking cap.
Is that a hat?
Oh, when we get together and put on our thinking caps,
Mmm.
have a little ideas sesh.
Mmm.
Are you taking this?
Yes, I want the thinking cap.
Okay.
So you're taking a concept.
Yeah.
All right. Thinking
Types
cap.
of hats. Okay. You were thinking about
You just
it.
said hats, and those are the rules.
Thinking, it's a cap. Thinking hat.
Well, that's not what the
Cap.
phrase is.
Thinking cap. Okay. You went outside the box. I'm worried where it lands you. You were thinking.
I had to put on my thinking cap
Put
to
on
do
your
this
thinking
draft because I
cap
found
to
out about
do-
it 10 minutes ago.
To do the thinking cap. Okay.
Thinking cap.
You left the realm to get it. I appreciate it. I don't use a thinking cap.
And these
Yeah.
are the type of picks we always celebrate unless I do it, so it's fucking great.
I respect I respect that you went off the board. I was having trouble with the cap hat situation, but
He's got 2 caps because baseball cap is the.
You could say baseball hat.
Yeah, but the term, if you like Google, is baseball cap is the term.
The thinking cap.
I'm just worried. I was picturing a visual of all the hats, and this one's a question mark or.
It's
just the word
spiritual.
Spiritual.
It's spiritual.
Baseball
Okay.
cap, sombrero, propeller hat, thinking cap. That's BBD's 4. Cowboy hat, hard hat, top hat, umbrella hat. For me, Jake goes Santa hat, floppy hat, captain's hat, witch's hat. Almost wish you had like fireman's hat because then you. Have
I
just
was
like,
gonna, but I think hard hat kind of ruined that because it is a hard hat.
Yeah.
It's just a stylish hard hat.
It's a specific style.
That was my question at the turn. I passed on it. Yeah, I mean, you and I don't really have hats we wear, but BBD kind of took that with the baseball cap, which might have been the 1-1 power play that was needed, and I passed on that one pick. What was our big miss, BBD?
Beanies.
Beanies. I thought about
Jake
it.
and I both run so hot.
If I was going there, it was going to be. They technically have it listed as the bobble hat, like the bobble beanies.
With
Like
the
the,
little poof.
the winter hat that's got the poof.
I like
yeah.
the poof. The ones I wear, I only wear the ones with
That's
the poof
fun,
ball.
right? Mr. Nobody said crown in the chat. That's pretty good.
It's not
That's
a
pretty
hat.
good.
I think it would have been a legal pick.
It's like saying
Sure.
a tiara. Those are just accessories for your head.
Is
Argument.
and
in
what
those
are
words.
you wearing right now?
A hat. No one has ever in the history of life been like, give me that hat on a crown.
You don't think history of life? I think people have. I think that's a good. I think that's.
I mean,
good,
the phrase hat.
I think that's a good upper class joke.
As a joke, yes.
Hey, pass me my hat. It's
That
your
is-
crown.
that's a
Come
great
on.